Feature Layer Collection Manager object has a nice little method called insert layer that will allow us to take external data such as a shapefile or a file geodatabase. Both of those must be zipped, and take the data and add it as a feature layer in our feature service in ArcGIS Online. In the example here, we are going to use a single feature class from a file geodatabase and add another polygon layer to our feature service. So open up the insert layer.py script from the add layers and tables folder. The feature layer collection manager has an insert layer method, and we're going to use this insert layer method to add another polygon feature layer to our feature service. Let's first check out the documentation. The insert layer method has two parameters, one which is required, and that is the data path. It is a required string, and it is the path to the data to be inserted. There's a note here that shapefiles and file geodatabases must be in a zip file. The name parameter is an optional string, and it is the name of the layer or table to be created. And as I'm going to show you, this parameter is not honored. The insert layer method will create a feature layer or table and insert it into the existing feature service. If your data path will publish more than one layer or table, only the first will be added. So a zipped folder containing shapefiles, only the first shapefile in that zip folder will be considered, and the same with a file geodatabase. So you're only better off having one feature class in your file geodatabase, which is the feature layer you want to add to the feature service. I've added a data folder to the ArcGIS AFP_02 download. You might have to go and re-download the course material from the course setup video. In fact, I'll put another link below this video where you can re-download. Inside the data folder, there is a zipped file geodatabase that contains county boundaries from the Leinster province in Ireland. On the right hand side, we can see the contents of the file geodatabase. There's one polygon feature class, and when added to the map, it has an alias of county boundary. I'm going to head back to the Python script. At the top of our script, we are importing our GIS class and our feature layer collection class. We first access ArcGIS Online using the GIS class, and we'll assign the GIS object to a variable called AGOL. We create a variable called GDB path, and this is the path to the zipped file geodatabase in our data folder. We use the GIS object and the content manager get method and supply in our feature service item ID, which I'll paste in now for my notepad. The get method will return an item object. We're going to use that item object and use the feature layer collection class from item method, supplying in our item object to create a feature layer collection object, which will assign to a variable called FLC. I'm going to create a variable called status. I'm going to set that to equal our feature layer collection object. We're accessing the feature layer collection object manager property, which is a feature layer collection manager object. From there, we want to use the insert layer method. We're going to set our data path to equal our GDB path, and we're going to set the name to equal county boundaries. And as we'll see, this will not be honored. We're going to use it anyway. We'll then print status to screen to see what returned from the insert layer method. Now I need you to pay attention to this. Do not use the insert layer method if you have a table in your feature service. It will fail. The insert layer will only work if there are 0 or more feature layers in your feature service with no tables. I have put a link below to a GitHub for Esri where I have made this error known, and hopefully in the next version or so it will be fixed. I'm going to run the script as is. Our script is complete. We can see that the insert layer method returned the item object where we added or inserted a new feature layer to. Let's head over to ArcGIS Online and check out the result. Here we have the feature service with our point, linear and polygon feature layers added from this section. I'm going to refresh this page and we should see another polygon layer added for our county boundaries. So I'll refresh now. And we can see that our Leinster Counties polygon layer has been added and it has a sublayer ID of 3. If I click in here, we can see no summary description or acknowledgements have been added. Enable attachments is disabled. If I click into data, we have the fields from the feature class. And if I click into visualization, ArcGIS Online will use a default blue polygon for this layer, as we can see over here on the left hand side. We have successfully used the insert layer method from the feature layer collection manager object to add a new feature layer to our hosted feature service in ArcGIS Online using the ArcGIS API for Python. When we used the insert layer method, there was a name parameter where we set it to county boundaries, but that name parameter has not been honored anywhere in this feature layer that we can see. Make sure to continue on to the next video in this series and also make sure to subscribe. Take care.